Firstly, I will talk about the introduction. In this group assignment, we have given the country of Romania to investigate inflation and unemployment problems in their country. In this report, we have discussed in more depth about the Romanian economic sector from various aspects. Firstly, we talk about the country overview, analyzing inflation and unemployment data from the past 10 years and monetary of fiscal policy. And not only that, we also explain why inflation and unemployment increase or decrease during the year, and how to overcome the country inflation and unemployment problems using monetary and fiscal policy method. That's all of the introduction in this report. Next, I will continue with the background of Romania. So, Romania is the 12th largest country in Europe from the most populous member states, European Union. The country of Romania has been established since 1859. This country is also one of the democratic countries. And not only that, Romania economy is also in a rank among the fastest growing countries in the European Union. The population in Romania in 2022 is estimated at 18,956,666 people. In addition, Romania also has the largest ethnic group minorities, namely Hungarians and Romans. Besides that, the Romanian national religion is based in a secular country that does not have a religion national. Among the religions that are practiced by them is the Orthodox Church, Roman Catholic, Protestant, Pentecostal, and Greek Catholic, Roman Church, Judaism, and Islam. Based on the graph, Romania GNP in 2022 is about 12,869. This is show that the country of Romania has an economy that has increased from the current year due to growth remain robust in 2022 and was driven by strong domestic demand. This has also shown that real GNP in 2022 increased by 4.7%. However, the GNP in 2012 was low, about 10,476 due to the high energy price and congestion in terms of supply and drought, which caused plenty to stop, and GNP that year has decreased by 1.9%. Therefore, there are still other sectors that cause economic stability in this country, most of which cannot be treated, such as construction, retail, wholesale, accommodation, food service, and real estate activities.
It's my turn to talk about the main sector contributors. First of all, agriculture is the main industry in Romania. Romania was one of Europe's top producers of wheat, grain, and meat in the 1930. Although there has been a shift in this area since the 1970 towards heavy industries, agriculture still contributes significantly to the GDP and employs around one-third of the workforce. Next, Romania produces petroleum, natural gas, and coal. Besides, Romania is a leading industry, including chemicals, namely petrochemicals and paints. Next, I am going to explain the national debt in Romania. As you can see the graph in my slide, in 2020, Romania's gross national debt have reached 57.1% of GDP. In comparison to 2019, this is a very significant gain of 43.2% over the prior year. The COVID-19 pandemic has affected Romania's economy. As a result, it was causing the government to spend more on healthcare, economic stimulus, and assistance for people and business. However, in 2021, it decreased to 55.6%. The minimum value is in 2011 with 37.2%. It was due to strong economic growth in Romania.
Next, let's take a look about the overview problem of inflation in Romania. So he provided the inflation rate graph of this country in 2012 to 2022. As we can see on the graph, the maximum value of the inflation was in 2022 with 13.8%. The largest increase of inflation was seen in the prices of food. Besides, the minimum value of inflation was in 2016 with negative 1.54%. This was happened because of the ING Bank's new oil forecast for end 2017, down from $65 per barrel to $45 per barrel. Besides, the reducing of gas and electricity rates in July were in control, together with the lower of food costs. However, the inflation increased again in 2017 and remained increased in 2018.
Let me explain about the overview problem of unemployment. First thing first, unemployment refers to a person who is not employed and actively seeking a job. Here is the graph that indicated the data for Romania from 2012 until 2013. The data shows that the minimum rate of unemployment was 3.9% in 2019, while the maximum rate was 7.10% in 2013. During those 10 years, Romania has facing many problems regarding unemployment in their country. Furthermore, Romania recorded the first case of COVID-19 in February 2020, with the unemployment rate was increased to 5.0%. The pandemic affected the world economies such as the living conditions, people's income, and healthcare.
Next, I will proceed with the reasons of the highest rate. So, as we know, 2022 is the year when the inflation is the highest among 10 years from 2012 to 2022. So, here are the reasons why this happened. First, it was due to the increasing price of electricity and natural gas. Since April, it increased by a monthly 28.6% for electricity and 26.5% for natural gas. It was due to the changing in price schemes. Next, the evolution of fuel prices. It happened due to the war in Ukraine and the imposed restraint instead of the increasing in some public utility services prices because of the rise of energy prices. Besides, the rise of food prices. It was due to the difficulties that have faced by the farmers in Europe to get the fertilizers because of the reduction of Russian exports and the high price of natural gas due to the failure of talks to open up the grain trade in the Black Sea Basin. Besides, this has also affected the price of processed food because of the high price in raw materials and also the cost of energy and transport. Moreover, it was due to the increase in price of dairy and meat products. Last but not least, this was happened because of the blockages in production chains. So the raw material shortage happened due to the logistical issue. The scarcity of materials leads the manufacturers and producers to raise price as the aggregate demand is high. Among these reasons, there must be the monetary and fiscal policies that have been taken by the government to solve all this. For the first reason, which is the increasing price of electricity and natural gas, as a monetary policy, the Central Bank of Romania raised its policy rate from 3.75% to 6% by the end of 2022. A cap on electricity and gas price has been set until March 2023 to protect consumers' purchasing power. While the fiscal policy is the government could provide subsidies to consumers or enforce price controls on electricity and natural gas to avoid price increases of consumers. Moreover, the government must postpone the projects and reduce the operational expenses. A decreasing in government expenditure will cause the decrease in aggregate demand, so that the price level will decrease. For the second reason, which is the evolution of fuel prices, the monetary policy that have been taken by the government is National Bank of Romania increased the key interest rate from 5.5% to 6.25%. It was decided to raise interest rate for deposit facility and keeping a firm grip on money market liquidity. Besides, the fiscal policy that can be taken is the government should implement regressive tax structure and increase indirect tax on goods and services. This will reduce the disposable income in people. Therefore, the aggregate demand will decrease as well as the price level, so the fuel price may be decreased. The third reason is the rise of food prices. So, as the monetary policy, the government can increase the interest rates. It can reduce the spending and borrowing, so that the aggregate demand will reduce and inflation rate will drop. Hence, it can reduce the rising of food prices. As the fiscal policy, the government can adjust taxation policies or government spending. By increasing tax or reducing government expenditure, it can reduce the overall demand in economy and decrease the inflationary pressures. Moreover, production costs and stabilizing food prices can also be reduced by targeting the subsidies and financial support for agriculture. Last but not least, for the last reason, which is the blockages of production chains, as the monetary policy, the central bank can sell government securities and short-term bonds in the open market to public to reduce bank deposits and credit creation of commercial banks. In doing this, money supply will reduce, blockages in production chain can reduce, and the aggregate demand will fall, so that the price level will fall as well as inflation. Besides, for the fiscal policy, government should reduce operational expenses. It will bring a direct multiplier effect on the aggregate demand. So, aggregate demand will decrease, blockages in production chains will also decrease or can be controlled, and the price level can also be decreased.
Now, I'm going to explain about the reason of the highest rate of unemployment. The highest rate of unemployment was 7.10% in 2013. The first reason is Romanians temporarily leave the country in order to work outside because the other country provide more employment agencies. The second reason is unemployed person who are uneducated person. From the entire of 2013, there are 6.94% unemployed person with university studies and 2.62% unemployed with secondary educational level and post-secondary. Next, we move to the third reason is because the youth lack the expertise to adapt to the labor market. The fact that the youth unemployment rate is now 23.3%. Many companies say that they do not match the positions that are relevant. The last reason is because of the economic system is dysfunctional. The total population of Romania in 2013 was 20 million, of which 4.3 million were employed. But there are about 3 million Romanians who are not included in any statistic since they are either work abroad or illegally.
There are four reasons on why of the highest rate of unemployment that causes in monetary and fiscal policy. The first reason is Romanians temporarily leave the country in order to work outside. In monetary policy is to maintain stability, the National Bank of Romania may modify its currency rate. So they mostly make loan to borrow firms, therefore it will increase investment by employing more workers in this country. While in fiscal policy, they taxing its national foreign income based on its tax regulation. It applies to individuals who work overseas, guarantee the government a steady flow of income for them. The second reason is unemployment person with no education. In monetary policy, they mention that the government would reduce interest rate to leading people to borrowing and spending, which may also lead to reduced aggregate and demand and production. While in fiscal policy, the government may increase their expenditure by creating more development projects that also increase aggregate demand. So, thus production, it will increase as well as cyclical unemployment. The third reason is youth lack of professional orientation, where in monetary policy, they would maintain financial stability through measures like strengthening the banking industries. Resilience should help create a more stable economic climate that support job growth and ongoing professional development. Meanwhile, in fiscal policy, Romania would decrease the taxes, which will increase the consumption of goods and services and induce the investment. So, the aggregate demand and production will rise and the rate of unemployment will decrease. Lastly, the reason is economic system is dysfunctional. As mentioned, monetary policy is the central bank can buy government securities and short-term bonds in the open market from public to reduce money supply. Why in fiscal policy is that the Romanian government decrease taxes for their people. Hence, it can increase the consumption of goods and induce investment. So, aggregate demand will increase and reducing the case of unemployment.
To conclude, there are a lot of new knowledge can be gained after we finish this assignment. First of all, we could know about the main sector contributors in Romania, which is agriculture and gas production. Also, we can know about the overview problems of inflation and unemployment of this country. Moreover, we got the knowledge where the Romania's country got the source of national income. From this research, it was interesting to know that the highest rate of inflation was in 2022 and unemployment was in 2013. Also, we can know the monetary and fiscal policies that they did to overcome the problem of inflation and unemployment. That's all from us. Thank you.